here I am. What's going on, everybody? Hochman Fab back with another live feed for you. Sorry I was gone for a little bit and I haven't done live feeds. As you can tell, my voice is still kind of messed up. I lost it for a couple of weeks, believe it or not, and I was just sick. So figured I'd take some time and give you guys another update and do another live feed with you, because I know we actually get quite a bit of viewers and feedback, whether you guys tune in live with us live or not. It seems like a lot of people are watching the videos because they do get cataloged. So what's going on in the shop? We're working on this Trans Am. We're getting very close to starting on the actual turbo kit and manifold work. I've got the turbos mounted with some Maven mounts. They're actually some really nice trick mounts that sit on the bottom side of the turbo and mount to the oil return and give you a nice piece of material to weld to. So I set this up with a couple of custom stainless brackets, and that's what's holding them in place on both sides. Soon we will be working on building out the manifolds and figuring all the plumbing and logistics of this bad boy. This is one to follow for sure. And I know a lot of you are following the channel because you're trying to follow this build right here. And I know there's several of you that have commented, hey, what's going on? I need more content on this build. We would love to give you it. The only reason we have not had any updates on this build in particular is because we were waiting on that. We need the seat in order to move forward with final mounting of the seat, of course, and making sure that everything is where it needs to be. So that's what we're working on at the moment. So for those of you that are upset with us because of that, I apologize. Now that we have the seat, we'll be able to get back on this project sooner than later. Tom's over here working on this 69 Chevelle, doing some custom exhaust work. This car's got a really nice set of manifolds on it that we V-banded and then ceramic coated. And now he's building out the X-pipe and the rest of this bad boy. And then we're waiting on some parts for the 69 Camaro. I actually, I'll have to show you guys the lights on this thing. It's got some really badass lights. It's got the really trick tail lights on it that Lolly's been working on wiring up for us. And they've got that transition where they go do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. It's really trick. But Dom's over here working on what I like to call the frog car. Kind of looks like a frog. It's a an 03 MR2. And if you haven't guessed yet, he's working on cage stuff. So the main hoop is over here on the floor for that. She started to weld up out of car. And is setting up the base plates. When we do base plates, we always use a MIG welder because the floorboards are so thin on cars and they usually have an insulation on the bottom side. So they're nearly impossible to TIG weld on the floors of cars. I've done it before, but it really, you know, the point of diminishing returns and time that you put in trying to do that versus an end result is really not worth it. Plus, the NHRA specifies in most sanctioning bodies when it comes to cage work that you can go ahead and MIG weld to the floorboards. There's no reason not to do it. And then we've got a customer's car here that we've done quite a bit of work on. This is a 1G that has a air-to-water intercooler setup on. And the one thing he hasn't let us do yet is an exhaust, which really hurts my feelings. But he's got a really nice gas tank and fuel filler neck that's going in. Just some odds and ends and maintenance work on that one. And I'm sure you spotted this. Man, I can't wait for this cold weather to go away so I can actually drive this thing. I just got these really nice wheels, Crown forged wheels. It's a new brand from the guys over at Crown Customs. Thanks again, guys, for these wheels, dude. I gotta say, these are some of my favorite items on the car. I did a bunch of stuff to this thing over the winter. Some wheels, a cage. You guys can see all the videos on that stuff. Carbon hood, functional knockaducts, carbon rear view mirror, side mirror, and a few other items along with our exhaust. You can definitely count on getting a video coming your way soon on how this exhaust sounds. And of course, the infamous Black Zenith. In the moment, I am working on some intercooler piping. Just finished redoing this side. We're having some sealing issues, so I changed the geometry of this connection here with the turbo, and also made some more space between the turbo, the intercooler, and the lower radiator support tube front end, so that we don't have any impact issues, because we were starting to have a little bit of a weird connection going on here between the turbo intercooler piping and the tube front. So something to do with the way that the engine was moving was causing an issue for us. And then I put on a Ross Machine 3.5-inch throttle body, so I'm working on building the 3.5-inch transition into the rest of the intercooler piping. So that's kind of what I'm working on with this at the moment. As soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to end up building new fuel lines for this thing, and then do some wiring before we're ready to actually fire it up. So that's what's going on with this car. I'm hoping to have it running here, you know, in the next 4 weeks, and then get it out soon. The dyno that we have ordered, and if you don't know that, we ordered a dyno, that's going to be here late April. And in the meantime, we're working on an expansion. Yes. When this shop first opened up, there actually used to be a wall right here that divided this side and that side. And it was just originally this side right here with the office and with these two bays. And after a little while, we ended up removing this wall, taking on this unit here, which has allowed us to expand and do the things that we've done today. But the time has come. We are now going to take on the unit next to us, but this is a structural wall here, so I can't just knock it down. And plus, since the intent is to actually use this side next to us for some R&D work, like moving these two cars over there so that we can focus on customer work in this region here, but also having a space for the dyno, we're going to want to have that separated from the rest of this so that we can keep the noise and the fumes separated. So we're working on that at the moment. You guys will have a chance to see that, obviously, as it comes together, but those are a few things to look forward to. As you can imagine, there's some construction involved, getting floors done. We're going to add some more lifts. I'm looking at some tire machines so that we can expand the services that we're offering to our customer base. If you guys have any feedback or suggestions or any questions, feel free to let me know. But I will plan on doing an open house for you guys in the spring, so look forward to that. Other than that, be sure to subscribe and like the channel. We appreciate you guys tuning in, if not now, at a later date. And we'll catch you later. Have a good one.